Good morning, precious. Yeah. 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 How you doing, baby? How you feel? Welcome to Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. Let's begin. Good morning, Brandon. Brandon's here, guys. Brandon's here. So happy New Year Eve. I want to say it was LaWanda Persuasion that put up that post today, guys. Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody here. Calm down. She put up a post, guys. She said it is not Happy New Year's. Oh, see, this thing broke again. See? So y'all think I wasn't playing yesterday when it popped off? Oh, shit. They're coming out, too. Brent, I don't want to call nobody. Fix it. See, guys, it's the little thing. It's popping off. Brandon, y'all gonna have to fix this thingamabob here. So, yeah, guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me today, because I know you can be anywhere in the world. But you here with me, I know. Good morning, Lamont. Happy New Year Eve. How you doing, baby? So, guys, today I want to just touch a little bit up on the fathers that has been forced or faced. Because it's not forced. I know the dads love their children. Hey, Portia! Happy New Year Eve, y'all. Portia's here too, guys. That is such a treat. Yeah. So, yeah, and I say faced and forced. I'm being a little funny, hee. Because typically, when a dad has to take care, and Lamont can speak to this because he's a wonderful dad. Lamont takes care of his boys. Oh, my God, I love you, Lamont. I don't know why you popped on today, because today is about dads taking care of their children. But I'm going to focus in on dads that's raising daughters. Yeah. I can't cover everything, guys. You gotta pay me. Stuff I be telling y'all for free on Coffee and Conversation. I charge about an hour. So just know that. So, a little bit. I ain't giving all to you. I can't give it all to you. Because then what would you need me for? I know. So, yeah, we're gonna focus in on that. And typically, you know, I commend you dads that have to do that, you know. And I don't want to make it seem like you stepped up to the plate, or I don't want to make it seem like you just did something so, you know, because you're the dad, you know. But typically, when you guys separate, the babies are usually with mom. We're just going to keep it real here. We're just gonna keep it real. And if you're an active dad, kudos to you. That's wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing, guy. Yes. Children need their fathers. Let me start off by saying that. But they need their moms. They need their moms. Some of y'all grown as cluck and you still need your mama. I know. So yeah. So if you're a dad, and I hate, you know, your dad and you've been faced with the responsibility of probably raising your daughter because she probably lost her mom. And there are several scenarios that we can go with, or we're going to go with that one, because everybody knows you never take a child away from their mom. So if it's a situation where a dad is possibly faced with the ordeal of having to take care of his daughter is typically through the loss of the mom. Something has happened to that mom to where she's no longer with us, or something is going on that was so toxic that child had to be removed. Damn, Brandon, I don't even know if I brought you some money. 10 on pump 8 and the coffee. I know. That's it. I know. So I feel for those dads who has been forced with that responsibility because that child has lost their mom, or the mom is in a situation where they're no longer able to care for that baby. I know. So dads, now that you're faced with this responsibility, you got a lot of work ahead of you, man. I know. Because little girls, they bloom in the dark. I know they're just that. They are something to deal with, dads. They are something to deal with. And I know you probably feel like all you got to do is just spoil them and buy them stuff and let them do whatever they want to do and let them run amok and that's all. No, Dad. Little girls need a lot of guidance. A lot of guidance. These little girls are very smart. They're very smart. They mature faster than little boys. Sometimes they mature so fast to where they smarter than you, Dad. I know. Fix it, Jesus. I'm sorry, guys. I got to get situated. I got everything going on here. Man ain't got no lid. Okay. You there? I know, Dad. So, if you are faced with this responsibility of raising your little girl solely by yourself, don't do it by yourself. You can't. Hey, Martin, how you doing, boo? You cannot do it by your dad. You have to get a team together when it comes to raising little girls. You have to get a team together. You have to actually orchestrate members, young ladies, and put them together. And it can't just be any young lady. I know. The young ladies that you have around your baby, if it's unfortunate that their mom can't be there, you have to assemble a squad. You have to assemble a squad of ladies that this little girl trusts, loves, and respects. Yes. And they have to be positive young ladies. Yes, have you seen the role models? I know. Have you seen the people that they gravitate to on social media there? I know that. It's crazy. And it ain't no getting around it, because if they got a phone and if they on social media, they see it all day long. So, yeah, it's very, very important that you give them options. So you have to get a team together, a nice little squad of positive women and role models for this young lady to gravitate to, and for this young lady to emulate, and for this young lady to strive to be like, because her mom is not there to help her. I know. Because it's so hard. It's so hard raising other people's children. I know, because once you get this squad in and they come and they help, it still might be stuff missed. I know. Let me tell you how that happens, because possibly before mom left us, she was teaching that baby things and giving that little girl nuts and little nibbits as she grow, and so it's hard when other people jump in and try to raise this little girl, because they don't know how much mom has already instilled. They don't know how much more they got to do. Sometimes they overlap and duplicate. Yeah, and sometimes the baby gets nothing. I know. So you got to be careful, and you got to be in tune with your baby, Dad. So this is going to require you to spend a lot of time with this baby girl. Because typically, that's all you got to do, Dad. I know y'all do more, so please don't feel like I'm demeaning your responsibility as a papa. I know y'all do more. To be honest with you, when it comes to little girls, they love their dad so much. They love their daddy more than they love their mama. I don't care what you say. They love their daddy. They'll lie for their daddy. They'll do anything for their daddy. It's just something about a daughter and a daddy's relationship. They love their daddy. So daddies, typically, all you got to do is show up. I know, that's all you gotta do is show up. So if all you gotta do is show up and they're gonna love you like never before, that's all you got. So if you faced with the responsibility of raising them, where you gotta make doctor's appointments, you gotta attend all the parent teacher conferences alone, you gotta make time to attend all the events. I know, Dad, that's a lot. That's a lot. So if you faced with that responsibility, Dad, I commend you. I do. But just know, you can't do it by yourself. You need a squad. You need a team of people to make sure that this baby girl gets everything that she needs. You got to make sure you have somebody around her that's nurturing. Yes, it's very important for a young lady to know how to be nurturing. You would think it's just a learned behavior or something because of the grand. Typically it is if they're around their mom, and if their mom is nurturing, or if they're around other women as nurturing. It's typically a characteristic I think that you should just have, I think, as a lady. Everybody don't have it though. I know. So it's important that you have somebody around that baby that's nurturing. It's important to have somebody around that baby that's kind and nice. And nice. Preferably somebody that can cook, because you got to teach that baby how to cook, take care of herself, you know. You got to have somebody around that she feels comfortable with sharing her personal stories with, as far as how she feels emotionally, how she feels about sex and relationships to follow, which should happen before the sex, but you know what I mean. Some cases, I know, terrible. Yeah, somebody that she feels comfortable about talking to about her body. You got to make sure, because that's something that, those couple things that I just named last, I know it's a lot of people out here, because I have a good relationship with my dad. I can talk to my dad about a lot of stuff, and the older that I get, the more I can share with him. But I'm going to be honest, when I was like 15, 16, even though me and my dad talked a lot, and he was a very understanding dad, and he always listened to me, it was still certain things that, I don't think my daddy knew I was having sex until I was pregnant with Brandon. Fix it, Jesus. I know, fix it, Jesus. And if it wasn't for the fact I was pregnant with Brandon, I think my daddy probably still would have thought I was a virgin, because that's something that I probably wouldn't have divulged to him, you know. So I say that to say certain things your daughter might not feel comfortable talking to you about. So you got to make sure that they have someone that they can talk to, that's going to tell them about their body, that's going to make sure that they attend their doctor's appointments to get checked out, that's going to talk to them extensively about the reasons why they have to go to the doctor and get checked out. And if they've never been, tell them what to expect when they do go, and make sure they go. I know, because Dad, sometimes you miss that part, you know, as far as GYN appointments and things of that nature, OB or whatever the hell, whatever your situation is. You miss things like that, Dad. So you got to make sure, if you're not on top of it, that you got somebody in that young lady's life that she can feel comfortable talking about. Yeah, I don't had a lot of situations come through my office where a baby was snuck in. Didn't nobody even know, because didn't nobody even know the baby was even having sex, because the baby ain't talking to nobody. And the dad didn't know to ask, because the dad don't want to think. That's the last thing a dad want to think, is this baby girl having sex. But please understand that these girls are having sex much earlier than we were when we were younger, Dad. I know. And not only are they having sex earlier, Dad, but they're doing things that we didn't even dream about doing until like our early 20s, or something strange for some change or something, you know. But we were much older. We wasn't 14, 15, and 16 doing the things that these young ladies are doing now. So you got to be open, Dad, to know that, yeah, your baby girl might be having sex too. I know, it's crazy. But yeah, first and foremost, a child should never be taken away from mom. So if it's a situation where that has occurred, Dad, and you are raising this baby, I hope you have a good reason for doing so. Oh, and another thing, if it's a situation where you are able to stay connected with the mother's family, you need to do so, because you want to be aware of any health concerns, any health issues, anything in their history that might relate to your daughter. Cancer, breast cancer, so yeah, things of that nature. So you definitely want to do some type of history, or stay connected with that side of the family, and make sure she's exposed to the other side of the family. I'm quite sure you'll probably find out that she has positive, if you're not already doing that. I'm quite sure if you lost your baby, if the baby lost mom or something like that, hopefully it was a situation where y'all were probably still together, or y'all were connected enough to where to still keep her around the other side of the family. That way she'll know her history. That way she can be connected with possibly other positive role models on the other side of the family. I know. So it's very important, Dad, that you assemble a team. Don't think you can do it alone, Dad. No. That's like almost a narcissistic type attitude to have or something, Dad. Yeah. I know you think you got it under control, Dad. I know. But trust me, when it comes to little girls, they need a lot of guidance. And you got to put a lot of time in. A lot of time. You can't just leave it up to anybody when it comes to your baby. Because, see, those characteristics of all those people that your baby is around sometimes might rub off. You might get something that you don't want. I know. So, yeah, if that's, it's a lot of scenarios for why a dad would be raising their daughter, but that's the most popular one. And that's not popular. I mean, shouldn't say popular, but that's the most one that I run across in my program, is if the mom has passed away. It's been a couple situations where mom was still alive and dad still had the daughter. One of them was the timing as far as work. It was a situation where they were able to work it out where the child stayed with dad, the daughter stayed with dad. But mom and dad were both on board with that living arrangement because mom worked certain hours and dad was able to. Yeah, so that's a situation. But at that time, they're still connected. It's rare that you run across a situation where dad has actually taken the baby away from mom. And yeah, dads don't be too quick to do no shit like that. Yeah, dads, that baby could be going through hell before that dad finally step up. And I'm sorry, you might be a good dad, but be for real, people. How many dads is really gonna be like, I'm about to go take my baby? You know what I'm saying? For real. Typically, a dad that does that, and ain't no reason why for them to do that, it's usually a bitter dad. It's usually a scorned dad. I know that's typically for women. I know, and you wonder how that can happen because they probably was raised by a bitter mom. I know, just like how you see little boys that be having their hands on their hip and they be smacking their lips like they mama because they was raised by their mama and they ain't had no daddy around. Boys typically do the same thing. Girls do the same thing. Just like you see some little girls walk like little boys if they was someone raised by their daddy, because they walk like their daddy. And that's not being funny. It's just they mimic what they're around as much as they can. You know what I'm saying? But it's not possible if you're a boy and I'm a girl. Well, you a man number one. Yes, it's not humanly possible. But you mimic it because that's what you're around and that's what you see. So you got to be careful, dads, when it comes. So yeah, it's not that many situations where a dad just come in and just take his baby and just take him away from the mama like he doing something, like he a superhero and he rescue. It's rare that a dad does that. My mama used drugs. My mom smoked crack. My mom sold me and my girl at 15. I know. You can read about that story in Dysfunctional Family Not. You can get you a copy on Lulu. Yeah, because I ain't about to bring that in there. But yes, and nobody took us away from my mama. So you best believe if it's a situation where dad just took the baby away from mom had to be a very toxic person. Mom had to be on some type of drugs and substance abuse or something that you just can't get her off of. Mom had to be abusing that baby. Mom had to be doing something unspeakable for a dad to want to take a baby away from a mom. Child should never be removed from a mother. Even if she has issues, you should try to find a way to help her fix them. Child should never. It disrupts their growth. Dad, yeah. So if you forced to or faced with a situation where you have to raise your daughter, just know that you're going to have some challenges, Dad, because once mom is gone and taken out the picture, your daughter's growth stops at a certain point and it slows down until other people come in and pitch in and try to help with that process. But when mom stops, that connection, that growth is, so yeah, it's rare that a dad does that. But like I said, typically if a dad does that, he was probably raised by somebody who probably wasn't a good mama. So he might have trust issues when it comes to a mother and what a mother does. And he probably think that he can be a better mom. Because if the mother wasn't a good mother, that probably means that he was forced to do things, probably raise his sibling or raise his, oh God, fix it, Jesus. Yeah, so it happens, scenarios. It's a lot of scenarios out there. Then you have some dads that just might do it because they just bitter. Like I said, a scorn baby daddy. I know. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I know, but you have some dads that do that. And for those dads that do that, I got something for you. You better be careful, because you are your daughter's first boyfriend. I know. Sounds inappropriate, doesn't it? I know, but it's not. You are that first image that little girl has of a man. You are that first illustration of what that daughter has as a man. So typically, it's a certain way that you got to move. It's a certain image that you want that baby to have. That means you can't be doing nothing inappropriate around that baby. That means that you got to be on your best behavior every time you're around this little girl. I know you got to open doors. I know you got to spend time. You got to take her out on dates. You got to treat her like a little lady so she'll know what to expect from these old derelict ass dudes out here in the streets. I know, Dad. So you already got a hell of a responsibility just being a dad. So I hate if you have to add in being a mom too and taking care of her. Oh my God. But for those dads that do it because they're bitter and they're mad at the mom because they're hurt because the mom don't want they fat ugly ass no more. For those dads, be careful. Because while you going through the process of planting seeds and manipulating this baby and taking this baby out this mother's life and turning this baby against, this little girl is seeing the type of man that you are. So although you are an upstanding dude, you know, quite debonair, and you want your baby to have a man just like you, I know. But you is somebody who manipulated her. You are somebody who used her against her mama. You is somebody that made her be disrespectful to the woman that brought her into this world. What type of dude you think she gonna end up with? Oh, dog. She's gonna end up with an older guy that's probably just as manipulative as you, who's gonna use her the same way that you did, who's gonna buy her. Ooh, you gotta be careful, Dad. So yeah, anything outside of what I done told you, you're gonna have to pay for. So that's it, y'all, for Coffee and Conversation. When you get a moment, go to that YouTube page, hit subscribe, scroll up on the videos, hit one, watch it, listen to it, and share it. And y'all was talking to me, can't be walking around without no shirt in the house. Oh, Beulah, let me go back and see what the hell you know. Shit. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing, boo? Let me see. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. Okay, let's go back. Hey, G. Beulah, that a huge void. Yes, it is a huge void, and it's a void that could never be filled, unfortunately. I don't care how many positive women you put in that baby's life. Nobody is going to take the place of mom. Ever, 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 ever. What else you say? Can't be walking around without no shirt. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, Beulah, because I don't know what you're talking about at this point. I got a shirt on, Beulah. All right, guys, enjoy your New Year Eve. I hope you bring in your New Year Eve day. Look, because I'm one of those people that said New Year's Eve. Add the S to it. So, New Year Eve today. New Year Day tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. Bring it in safe, guys. Social distance. Wear your mask. And I'm out. Mwah!